As you guys know, which is a very fast, aggressive deck. And the highest cost units is actually 5 costs, the Vlad in the deck. He's playing a catch.
Usually iPad tops out on those kind of 5-drops, you know. Yeah. I used to joke that they were the same, the Kingsley, Vlad, and Flank Rider. Oh, they come. Yeah. So this is going to be a fast one. Both decks with a very aggressive slant.
Yeah. Like normally the Zoe deck needs to take the control and win fast. I can struggle at the late game. But the Mirai is also aggro. So as you said, it's probably gonna be a very fast game. This Mirai deck actually has similar features with the Banjo aggro. It's a very intellect heavy deck. Only has 6 strength cards. And uses Gemini as finisher. And Orion also.
Yeah, Orion Gemini is just a basic int.
Yeah.
Essentially. Int aggro 101. Those are the cards you play int aggro for. Well, there's also like Savage Garden. Savage Garden, int has a strong attachment game, and Savage Garden is just a very powerful card. I gotta say that Shpungo's hand looks... Oh, they're going second, so it's mildly less bad. That hand looks so uncomfortable going first.
Let me text Shpungo to reduce the game volume to 0 actually, because it may go very loud to the stream.
It's a bit rough losing the Fate on Darker. Savage, there it is. Savage
getting the Savage Garden combo early.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am looking at the deck now, and it does have hacks, so there's some rather unusual cards for an aggro deck like Lily. You don't often see Lily in these kinds of low curve decks. The fact that the Elderwood still has the shield feels a bit atrocious.
Well, in the stream, the chat can tell me if the game volume is too high or not. I already texted the Shpungo to reduce it, but looks like you haven't seen that.
Thanks to the Firecrafter with hacks, now that you can do that. That seems risky because you're gambling the Fire Sword, but in this position, Shpungo has no choice. That's Ghost Duster. Ghost Duster counters the Fly Guy.
Fungo's in a pretty tight spot here. Falling quite behind on board.
They get to... If Hax doesn't die this turn, which is unlikely, they get to silence it and then remove it. But they're gonna lose either the pot or the sword, and honestly, given Shpungo's position, if I were Moon, I'd overwrite the potion, because Shpungo really can't do much with sword. But they're gonna let the potion up.
And he lost the sword.
Yeah, they can silence and get rid of
one interesting top deck.
Yeah, that's a great top deck.
They use the Skewer to answer the 2 guard units, or like 2 units to the right.
Thanks for the feedback, Bladil. Looks like the game volume is fine.
I would have preferred to remove the ones to the left, but no, difference of opinion here. Because the 3/2 body is scarier, given that you have a Fox Fam. You don't want it to get just eaten up by the hero on the Elderwood.
Looks
From
like
next turn onward, Moon is going to have Orion up, and Orion is the card that's gonna just slam the game close.
Well, the screen share may naturally lag-wise, because Shpungo is sharing from the New Zealand, and I'm in Europe. That's too much distance.
Doesn't look too bad at all. Okay.
First question is he going to use catch? And second is, if so, then on which unit?
Yeah, absolutely that if you want to use catch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, catch has a banner. I forgot about that. Does Zygote still have banner or not? I actually have to check if Zygote still have banner. Yes.
Dive-Bomb doesn't have banner.
Yeah. Okay, I got him. Nice here. In the amalgam, which is funny. Okay, so it's 100% homebrew actually now, but they can't play it with, they don't have the mana to Hontaro and Stab anymore. Type bombing.
Well, the turns are passing, and Shpungo is slowly losing his HP. He's trying to remove the units, and going low each turn.
So Lily. I said it's not a very common pick, but
Definitely.
given Mira's, affinity for guard, I guess it makes more sense. Oh well, looks like it put off Hot Dodge. Hot Dodge gets maybe... Oh, right, it's 2-drop. Blitz. Blitz doesn't look bad, but Hontaro is almost certainly the play here. Just how? You could Hontaro silence the amalgam.
Yeah, I think that's the only reasonable target. Like, you wouldn't want to silence the hoplite.
Silencing the amalgam and then using the dive on face to clear the stealth. Sounds like the thing to do. Also, he would owe a 2-drop, I believe, if I counted correctly.
Let's
He
see.
has to dive on face if he wants to get rid of Lily.
What makes this even more tricky is that his face has blind, so you can't
right,
use it to trade.
Can't do that. Yeah, can't even do that. That's right. I would have punted that. Crystal Shrimp, not terrible.
Oh, there goes the Gemini.
That game.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's a big int finishers.
Moon versus Shpungo. First game goes to the Moon 1-0. Well, that was a nice game actually.
I want to point out that Gemini wasn't buffed, therefore it was top deck. So extra points to Moon for having the power of the heart of the cards.
Yeah,
So a lot of
definitely.
decks probably. Are they going for the city?
It's actually interesting that we're seeing increase in the use of the Mira decks. Like currently in the quarters, we have 3 Mira decks. Probably last week we had none.
I used to like playing Mira as a control deck, but everything that ties, there's like 3 Mira decks, and what ties them together is that they have a lot of armor. Int and strength just are the armor prisms.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's city. It's time to make a bajillion Timbers and Hydrexes.
Yep, it's a reanimate city deck he's gonna use. He's also using Jar of Souls in the deck. There's a Timber, Hydrex, and Golem. And he also
Okay,
has the Flame Phoenix and Evermore. The Evermore, as you know, dropped down to 4 cost from the 5, and we've seen an increase in its use.
I like Evermore a lot, the new one sort of, because there's a handful of creatures where the +1/+1 is really relevant, mostly very cheap creatures with keywords. So it makes cards, some cards that usually you get a bad draw out of it because it draws from top and bottom, unless you have a greedy deck like this one.
Yeah.
But the +1/+1 makes it more relevant when you draw like a Crypto or a Pyrecrafter. It really bumps it up to becoming a problem. So first turn, both players pass, which I think benefits Shpungo a lot in this matchup.
Yeah, you're right.
They can, use Warlock, hope for the best, and they're gonna, because that's the clear play here. Oh, that sounds like really good. Just casually put a 10 health gap.
Yeah.
And, he has Glacial up now. I don't know if Glacial is the best play here, though. Like, I'd probably play for Phoenix over Glacial. Oh, kills the Timber. Oh,
It gets dusted.
That's like only one of the many targets that the Styx has, so
that's spicy. The freeze into mulch to get the trigger.
It's destroying the plan a little. So let's see
Yeah.
if Shpungo is going to turn it.
Brimstone is curious because if Shpungo can somehow kill it, but I don't think they can kill it. Excuse me. If Moon can kill the Brimstone, they get the access to a dust spell.
Yeah, and that gives
Which
a
is
huge advantage.
Honestly, I feel like with the lead card in hand that Shpungo just top decked, Glacial for Warlock wouldn't have been unreasonable. Just keep gambling and then use the leaded Phoenix because you can't rest this Phoenix. It's just gonna get dusted to Brimstone. It's an Ivy. I don't know about those roots.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
You can literally just unroot and attack. That it feels like that play definitely benefited Shpungo.
Yeah, I guess that was a mistake.
Both of them skipped a turn basically. Again,
it'll be interesting to see how Moon will handle this matchup because looking at his deck, he only has like Burn to Crisp and Nimbus to answer the death units.
Here's the thing: you don't need a dust if you get a big Orion in this matchup because I don't think City can clear a big Orion. So 3 Lashes does nothing against armored Orion.
Well, that was a nice casting Chrome for Moon. There's a Hive now on the board, which keeps generating the value.
Strike down into... I don't know if you burn this. But I guess he does. He gets a pretty clean second chance now.
I guess right now in this matchup, the Moon has a nice advantage against Shpungo.
Pot Seller is interesting here actually because you play Pot Seller, hope you get something good. And then you have Jar. And then you Jar for Flame Phoenix, Pot Seller, Puppet Master, and whatever came out of Puppet Master. But this is reasonable as well. Just go for Casket. Maybe whoop the bauble so that it's 2 health. Does he have BTAC? Raw doesn't have raw BTAC or dusting or silencing, so that Phoenix is gonna trigger.
It was an okay play, but like he gave Moon like some room to trade his units into Casket. Like I would think that he would just zap face instead of the Casket and then trade the B units because they're going to die anyway.
Yeah, it could have sapped for 1 to the face, but let's see if that changes the match. Lily Orchid coming up again, turn 7.
I have a feel like in this game...
Okay, but the Hive is protected because of lead, which is really, really good for him.
The fireballs may determine the fate of this game.
I think,
so
right now the
Master seems good. Shpungo has the problem that their cards draw too many cards. Can't really play for Chester or for Toolboot efficiently. Toolboot maybe has Earth Golem, Hydrex, and some other thing. Earth Golem would be amazing. But again, the problem is that Shpungo's racing Orion. Orion is the card that ends this game.
Yeah.
Gemini, not so much, I'd say, because of how many things Shpungo can put in the way of Gemini. Here's some 10 health here. Thank you, have a nice day. So that leaves, if I saw correctly, it leaves Old Foggy and Who Beloved is good. Just books it for 0 just to pay respects. Yeah, it looks like it's only Old Foggy and Hydrex, so Casket draws Old Foggy, ramps up, then Puppet Master gets Tridrex, and things start popping off. Light reveals Sunder, which is a dangerous card here. Fireballs keep getting added to the deck.
Thinking that Shpungo might start having an edge here.
Yeah, you can clear Lily and all the Elder Woods with drew the... Oof. That's 15 cards you drew the Hydrex. That's a big oof, but still, Foggy can do, or you can just go for that, I guess. Well, because Foggy has the problem that you play Foggy and you do the thing, and then you can do nothing else with this hand. So it's a matter of what cards you play. You play Chainstorm. Like, Chainstorm doesn't do enough unless you follow it up with 3 Lashes to finish Mother Ethera off, which feels bad.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
So, yeah, I think that Foggy may be Beloved and using the burst, do the Shroom Burst or whatnot. Seems like the play here. Just raw Hydrex. I don't know. I don't like the raw Hydrex. It's gonna get decimated by Orion.
It's interesting that Shpungo opted for pure tempo rather than setting up with draw or the like.
Drawing the Hydrex was just devastating.
But it might not be too bad of a play since Moon has no way to kill him in a turn or two, so he has to answer.
Oh, it's Gemini. Okay, the first big boy threat comes down. Shpungo can actually clear this very efficiently, just attacking the 6/6s with his Vipers and using 3 Lashes and Old Foggy.
Yeah, that's a nice way to clean the board.
Ethera and Hive keep popping off, though, and that's a big problem. Actually, Ethera, he can actually also finish Ethera. Like, if you do 3 Lashes to Ethera, then use Foggy, trade in the 3 ones.
It's interesting that it's also interesting that he chose to give health to his Viper instead of his face.
It's not a bad idea. It's still not the play I would have made, but it's not a bad idea at all.
Yeah, 9 health armor unit.
Yeah. Okay, finishes Ethera, conserves health. Keeps hurting the Hive, and now the threat of Orion is sort of stopped. Let me just look at this deck. For interaction, Moon still has defrag, and its trap is stalled because of the 3/9 Viper. There's just no way that's getting past it. Geargrind helps a lot. That Geargrind is actually really huge. Nimbus is a card that Moon has access to. It can provide a lot of burst and also silence any death effects that are left. I reckon you use Puppet Master just to get it out of your hand and get another Chester with the thing, right? Or maybe use Evermore and then try and finagle a better Soulforge. The really, really big Viper dice, and well, Old Foggy is alive. It can use the thing for value, and then you get a Chainstorm, and pretty sure you clear the board like that.
Moon played the hacks. Now
Yep.
he will be able to
There's
access the
there's no way to
Xenophobia.
set that. So you can get rid of Hive by attacking it with the Viper. Okay. Man up. Oh, ramps again. Gets another Doomshroom, so to speak. Okay, that's reasonable. Just keep getting a mana advantage and get rid of that. But that's very low
He's
health.
setting up
That's
for the round of fireballs that he's going to throw at Moon's face.
The only problem is that he has a low health amount on the board, and he just gave them Uno. Moon has access to Uno now, and just trying to count while I count like 10 at least. I didn't really. Shpungo's way better at counting than I am, clearly. CTA is another one. Like,
Uno's going to be quite a threat here, but I think that as long as he keeps stacking health on board with like Doom Shrooms, then he should be fine.
Yeah, they have 6 HP.
Moon is running Dragon Interaction. The best they can do is play for like Orion into It's a Trap to try and clear the Shrooms. There's Orion. So Chainstorm is up, which means this board is almost certainly dead. Doesn't look like he can do the last damage though. Doesn't have a firewall or a way to kill his Shroom. So it's still Moon's game. If Moon can, let's see if Moon has any cards. They haven't used Force Field. They can clear 3 chains in one go to get armor back. And they have Nimbus for silence. Defrag can also help, but the big two, Orion and Gemini, are dead already. They've done their thing. So it looks. I'm gonna guess it. Here comes today. It's a trap. Moon still has a lot of cards on their deck, which is something. No, oh no, that looks bad. That looked really bad.
Yeah.
It shifts the Shpungo's game now.
I think now that Orion's cleared, Moon's run out pretty much run out of aggro options. Now he's just resorting to Savage Garden.
I think that I would have removed the. Well, the one thing left is, as we discussed, is Uno, but it depends on how much health Shpungo can put down, and they can put down plenty. Second chance.
Well, he has many options in the hand right now. Needs to be smart at this.
Yeah, it has 5 more mana than Moon, so clearly. Gets Chester's down. Chester's to start picking up the firewalls. Shpungo can actually double firewall next turn. Which means that if he draws 2 of them with the Chester and Moon gets careless with his health, which is funny saying that with him having 20 of it. Just gone. it's kind of like the Elderwood days. You feel safe at 30 health. And then you get smacked for 28 by a tree, and then you get finished up by a Scorch. Kind of how it worked. Big Axolotl.
Looks like Moon doesn't have many options right now.
Chakram kills the engine blade of all things. That Doomshroom's looking really ominous, honestly. 4/4 shield, banner, guard, wither. Makes you wish you had imposter. I want to see this turn where Shpungo just gets dealt 2 firewalls. Oh, there's one.
There's one.
No, not to this turn. There's a managed memory. Chainstorm and Spore Blast for the looks of it. No, it's Puppet String and Second Chance. Second Chance for Chester, so even more Chester. That doesn't seem bad.
Yeah.
I think that's reasonable. You don't need to firewall this turn. I guess the Wither helps. I'm just gonna
Double
make
firewall.
a statement. Here's the second firewall.
Just putting pressure on Moon, saying, "Hey, if you can't kill me next turn, then it's over."
Worse. That's an illusion.
Now the guys are gone.
The real danger is Uno, right? That Uno might actually be lethal.
Well, he has 45 guys in the graveyard. Not sure how many one costs, but it can be lethal.
Let's see. Shpungo has only 17 health. Like Uno, I'm almost certain it kills. Especially if he can put his current 1-drops on the discard pile. Like you just... Oh, they conceded.
Oh,
Looks like getting dry.
Shame. Oh, good games. Still, we go to game 3.
yeah. It's always nice to see 3 games. Now it's 1-1.
Yep.
And the third game will be the decisive one. Let's see if they're gonna change any decks or stick to the ones. I assume Shpungo will stick to the city. Even though his main targets were dusted at the beginning of the game. Well, he managed to turn the game and win. Which deck of Moons can answer the city deck of Shpungo's? Like, he has a Horic and an Iris deck.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, Iris is very, it's another
Very
fire
aggressive.
agility deck. And it is a fire agility deck that has Roundhouse in it, which is a very, very strong card in that matchup.
Depending on what Moon brings to the table, like 2 other options are Horic and Iris. He goes for Horic, then it's gonna be quite the control matchup. Okay, looks like he went with Iris, so
They both changed the decks.
Yeah. That's a classic, honestly.
Oh.
I'm looking
Interesting.
at... Wait, what? Oh, went back to Soy.
Very interesting. Normally we don't see winners to change their decks. But Shpungo is surprising us with that.
Keep Blitz here.
Well, by the way, let's remind you that Moon won all of his games in the group. And in general standings, he's 5th with 8 points. Shpungo became 2nd in his group. And he's 4th in the general standings with 10 points. Also, let's remind you that he missed the last quarter games. So, because of that, actually, he lost opportunity to gain some points.
So, any of you actually play these sort of low to the ground agi decks? Because I'm not sold at all with keeping Blitz and opening hands.
It
Well,
depends. Like, if you just vomit all of your cards, then yeah, it'd be the reasonable play. But it looks like both of them are taking things a bit slower than expected, which is why he didn't end up dumping his hand.
That looks like a spicy Hontaro there. Oh, it's Lightning Bile also. Yeah, that's fair. The only problem with Lightning Bile is like, what do you do now? You just play like Crystal, AOL, Trinity. Like honestly, I feel like the Lightning Bile was like a gut response. It's like, oh yeah, I have this card, cleans it efficiently. But I feel like Hontaro Dive Bomb was a cleaner play now. Like you look at Shpungo's hand, and there isn't much to do for 4 mana unless Crystal dies and you can crack the papers for free.
yeah, smartly explained.
Flame Volley. That really hurts. At least the. Oh no! Wait, Crystal dies at the start of the turn, so you don't get the papers. That is really rough. And as I said, Shpungo really doesn't have anything going in this hand. Just you could blitz, but I don't think that's a good blitz.
Yeah, that's a little bit risky.
Shpungo might be incentivized to just dump the Huntaro.
I don't know
Get
what
some
dumping
tempo on
Huntaro.
board.
The 2-1 with stealth isn't really tempo.
Well,
And
yeah,
I'm looking at
it's
I'm
not
looking at
much, but
the Iris deck has a lot of ways to fry that Hontaro if you play it for tempo, including like Run Wild and Supersonic. Just too many ways of popping stealth like that. For instance, that goes in with the full-on Run Wild.
Well, the moon is taking the tempo advantage and the 10 advantage.
You Hontaro now. Umbra would be good. Okay, gets Anna. Anna also, well, yeah, Moon doesn't actually have any sort of, it's not an Uno deck, so the Vials don't really do anything. It's not neither an Uno nor a hard deck, so Hana can do some work. And even though Shpongo has been sort of on the back pedal, he still has a life lead. Beloved looks good unless Moon has that roundhouse that I talked to you, that I mentioned earlier. I think that's the only way. Well, it also has Jax, which would wither whatever you Beloved to 0. Hot Dash with roundhouse. There it is. Do you roundhouse a Huntaro?
I guess
That,
no.
I feel like it's fake.
yeah, might do it for the banner for
You
clearing
go for
that Hana. Well, he had
Yeah,
Fire Red anyway.
I really hand. You catch here. Like I feel you catch here. Like, or I guess backstab and play your 1-drop to clear the flames. That's also an option.
Well, he might want to save the catch for later. Let's see.
And a lot of burn in that hand between catch and impale. So yeah, I think it's reasonable to play backstab and play Huntaro, clear the flames, play crypto. Hope for the best. Moon's deck has still some spiky cards left, including things like Quadrant Totem. So better crypto backstab, clear the flames. Get in for 1.
So all units in his set getting +1/+1. Spells are
There
getting
you go.
-1 cost.
So which seems really good. Still doesn't change the fact that Moon's actually kind of low. Yeah, that's where they're not gonna banner the crypto. Just get in manually. Now, I didn't remember them having that. Peculiar card. Okay, Zumi, that's a great top deck actually.
Yeah, definitely. One of the highest cost cards in his deck.
Beloved, who do you beloved here? You okay, that's reasonable, yeah. It just makes it so Moon actually has to deal with it. And he's running out of ways to deal with it. The deck has Vlad and also has Hurricane and Gusto, which, well, Gusto doesn't really. Oh, yeah, it works against Sumi. Hits he coming down? That looks like a really clean catch. If he enrages Vlad, it's a 50-50 to gain 4 life. That's pretty huge. Oh.
Yeah.
No, yeah, he can make it 100%. Pot, get enrage, gets 4 health back. That's pretty big. And those yellow jackets look really angry now.
Well, that was a nice Vlad turn from the Moon.
Yep. And I believe the other win card he picked up is Gusto. So it's Gusto or Spirit Slip or Supersonic. There's actually there's way too many win cards.
Oh,
Sornoni.
Now he has a combo on the board.
Yeah, questing. I don't think he has many ones left. The deck actually runs 4 ones only. So it's just a bunch of ODing, but it's still value. Vlad coming down.
Well, at least he can clear the Oni.
Vlad go face. I don't actually remember if he can. Nerfs that, kills with Impale, that makes sense. Let's draw 2. Yeah, it's...
Well, that was a nice play.
Burning Blade and Flag Eye, yep. Jello Jack, I think, chunks Flag Eye, right? The Flag Eye triggers and the Jello Jack triggers kill something. Kill the Burning Blade.
No, I guess Fly Guy goes to the grave. Then the Yellow Jack goes to the other unit.
No, this just
It's
goes like that.
interesting that he trades.
Yeah, just to get the Jello Jack in. Plays nothing, so that's almost certainly Hurricane that he drew. I think Tempo Gusto would have just been good. CTA. Play all the 1-drops. I don't know. Play Firecrafter. I guess they're keeping Firecrafter. Yeah, they keep Firecrafter because they have Wrong Wild still. Something to consider. That Shpungo. Oh. That's that game. Just any banner will do it.
Yeah. Question is you have that?
There's a banner.
Yes.
That's a game.
Wow. Congratulations to the Moon. Wins 2-1 against Shpungo. And moves to the semifinals.
That Iris deck looks way scarier than I remember it, but... Honestly, it's kind of impressive, the idea of Rosewater Charm in an aggro deck.
Well, it's nice to see interesting decks.
Yeah, Rosewater Charm makes a lot of sense when you got things that you really want to play the attachment of, like Trailblazer.
Yeah.
And also, if you can ramp into a Grey Gusto early, he usually ends the game unless your opponent has a Hurricane or something like that.
Yeah, the Wisdom gives you that kind of opportunities. It's really nice. And our first game of the day is over. So let's check our second game of the day, which is Unjust versus Werfs. Let me tell them that this game is over. As you know, there's 2 minutes of delay in the stream, so probably they're still watching the game. While waiting them, we can actually look to their decks and talk about them a little.
Remind me, we're playing, it's like Werfs and who else?
Unjust.
Yeah, Unjust. So I mentioned this earlier while we were doing in the pre-stream that Unjust decks battle me, but they also won really hard, so I'm thrilled to see them. Meanwhile, Werfs, again, a meta deck very focused on armor, and then an Agromai with hacks and also a control banjo, which is rare these days.
Yeah,
You
16
like,
One cards in my deck. Banjo Rainbow deck, actually. Very strong late game.
Yeah,
It has many high cost units. Playing Castus, Prismata, Labra, Amra.
does it have Elder Whale? I don't remember seeing it.
And he also has an Ari deck, which is the only mono deck in this quarters. Which is a Nakamas deck. Pulls the mask out of the deck. He only plays 2 units.
I missed that one.
The Ari deck.
Ari? There's an Ari deck? Wait.
Yeah.
I must
he
have
plays
copied the
Nakamoto and Cobalt.
Okay, yeah, classic Naka. But yeah, I must have accidentally copied the wrong deck when I was looking at these things, so... Okay, so it's Nakamask, nothing strange here. Get Cobalt, get Nakamoto, put all the metal spells. Feel really bad when you draw Soulforge.
And just joined us.
I'm interested in why the deck has School of Fish. Feels like an odd card, I don't see any combo with it.
Interesting.
I guess the combo was with a light, but a light no longer draws the cheapest light card. In theory, if you have a light and you already drew your Tempest Brew, you always draw Force Field, which means you could combo School of Fish with Force Field.
Wow, the game is started and we're gonna see Banjo versus Banjo.
Oh.
What a diverse mashup we have here.
Where is it? I can't watch it. Oh wait, I tabbed it. Oh, there it is. Okay.
So we're watching from the Unjust perfect perspective.
Yep.
Actually, he's playing a classic Banjo aggro deck.
Yeah, it looks, the hallmark of Banjo, sort of units that replace themselves, and some combo potential. I don't know if Bogey is way less relevant in Werfs, because Werfs deck is a control deck, so you don't Bogey.
Yeah. We're gonna see a Banjo versus Banjo at different kind of Banjos. So that's gonna be very interesting, actually.
Okay, turn 1, hit pass. What are the stealth units in Unjust's deck? Let's see. Oh, that's one of them. A very important one. Would you pot out the Athera or keep playing the game so you can pot out the Hive?
Given Banjo's, given the fact that Banjo has a lot of ways to remove cards.
That's the thing. The very important fact that she costs 4, so she can eat a whisk. And it looks like she sticks. So that's a lot of Elder Woods coming down if Unjust feels like it. Doesn't feel like it though.
Werfs is playing like a classic card game control deck.
I guess
keeps throwing.
You really can't Elder Wood up your board against a control deck because they can just leave your board alive.
Wow.
Otherwise,
very early Otherwell.
With managed memory, get Otherwell again.
Wow.
That is dirty.
Amazing to watch this.
Get rid of Ethera.
Wow, Werfs. Made an amazing move there.
Well, that's rough, buddy.
Let's see how Unjust gonna deal with that.
Well, I'm looking at Unjust's list.
Yes, Mechapod, but that's not coming out for another 2 turns.
They have Encapsulate and like Orion's Trinity thingy. But otherwise, they're not going to be able to very efficiently clear this, and we're going to see a second one. The second one will have Sky Phoenix in it. I'm not sure. Werfs definitely hasn't assembled Sky yet, so Sky Phoenix isn't such a big deal. But still, the fact that big guards, Libra is probably coming down. Bogey no longer has to target your own stuff, right? Yeah. Oh wait.
It's interesting that Unjust opted to just play the bogey.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Werfs can't really Elder Whale them again for 3 more turns. There's a bit of a grace period. Fish, Crossroth. Oh, never mind. Here comes. Oh, whoa, here she comes. Oh, there's the encapsulate. But like, do you use it now? Ghost Duster, nothing good.
Bloodil is asking who's on the bottom side. It's Unjust. Let me see if I can adjust this screen share a little better. Yep, that's it. Now it should look much better. Thanks for reminding that.
So do we see Other Whale number 2 right now? We do not. Oh, wait.
Ooh, Musuchi coming down.
Eldritch Lore into World Tree.
No.
Sizable, pretty respectable Elderwood.
Unfortunately, Musuchi can't trigger anything. Spells are 0 cost.
Well, there are no 0 drops anymore. Okay, here comes a 1 drop. This attack could theoretically get another 1 drop out of it.
You can't clear the Musuchi. Yep, we're gonna see an 8 drop.
It's got barrier now. It's really difficult. How do you clear it? You can use the hive to pop the shield face so you can attack it, but then you still don't have enough attack. I guess Ghost Duster. Ghost Duster for like spell could get Shrink Ray. That seems so difficult.
Maybe he can mulligan.
Oh yeah, mulligan's a thing. But now the Mutichi is gonna stick for a turn, which is kind of scary. Shielding up the Mutichi was pretty good, huge. Oh, wait. Oh, that makes sense. So Mutichi is Werf's fish target. And Mutichi will, of course, benefit a lot from fish. Just costing less lets him get easier value out of it than the turn you play it. It's also a pretty decent Other Whale. Gift of Aya giving us Scraggy.
Well, I adjusted the screen, but now the top side name is not showing up. Well, I'll try to figure out that later. Don't want to interrupt the game.
Fisk. Hive stays for another turn. That's kind of inconsequential. Curious.
I feel like Unjust is going to have a tough time getting back on board. Even though
Center.
Werfs' deck seems more control oriented, I think that he just has this big board, despite the fact that Werfs seems to be the more control type.
Do you subjugate here? Doesn't even sound bad.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
can.
Maybe he's just waiting for the board to get more full.
I guess subjugate is good against Other Whale. But like Other Whale right now is Unjust, the least of Unjust's problems. Given that Werf's deck is basically entirely spells. So for every turn that Mutichi just sits around, things don't get better from here. That's a nice trinket. Get back your attack, get back a force field. So even if you pop the barrier, you get another one.
Ooh, nice encapsulate there.
Sure. Spider Malice.
Well, that's a play effect, so the copy didn't trigger.
Yeah, theoretically you could play for tack to get rid of the roots, but that just fills up the board, and you don't want to fill your board up when you have Mutichi. Funnily enough, like Werfs isn't exactly healing.
Yeah, it's going down.
And there's some degree of burn in Unjust's hand, but given the permanent presence of a guard unit, it seems really difficult for him to capitalize on.
Mm-hmm.
What are his mind spells actually? Doesn't actually have a mind spell, so you get Eldritch Lore, Seer's Mask off of that. Okay, Mukichi getting removed now, which paves the way for the whale.
The Werfs is getting his highest cost unit. Probably it is Amura.
I think it's Phoenix. Oh, it's Amarath. So that's Libra and Phoenix. No, but Phoenix is his hand, so okay, that flow.
Subjugate Highest Shield is going to be a pretty nasty play.
Yeah, he's got Tactician, so you can clear those. What's the Hive Shield nasty play? Just play for Hive Shield, subjugate, and they can't get past the armor. That would be funny, but the problem is they have Shrink Ray. Werfs has Shrink Ray in hand. That means that he can side. Oh, he can decide the thing has lead. You don't want to override your subjugate.
Yeah, Banjo has a lot of removal tools, especially for 3-cost units, like a Whiskwood. Yeah.
Werfs already used Whisk. He used it on an Elderwood, but I think it also has the Dusting one. What's it called again? Eradicate. So it's not like a subjugate is going to help here. Or like it could, but just get a World Tree. That should be 7/8, right? 8/9. Play. I personally like Dog Bile more, but because that height shield is just going to die to Libra. Especially like Libra can just. Oh yeah, of course there's that. Even if there wasn't a Shrink Ray, Libra can just shield up thanks to the attack. Bit awkward placement for attack because it has stealth now. players in.
This is a really slow game, actually. Players are taking their time to think about the moves.
Yeah, Werfs just taking his time at the moment. That was bold.
Yeah, definitely.
That was really bold, just taking 8 just because he could.
Probably
But
he's
clearly
trusting the lifesteal units.
21,
But still.
it's 21 health is a lot, but you could have just spared the ebb flow, right?
Yeah.
Okay, subjugates. Definitely has to this turn. So you play all these 1-cost units, hope they stick it on Orion. Maybe. That makes sense. You definitely do that. You kind of have to hope Orion pulls through.
I think his best bet decided to play like
you can sap face, kill the Trinketeer to sort of try and maintain board control. Amorath is in the hand, which is not a good look.
By the way, let's remember that Unjust only has 7 cards, and Werfs already played the Amra, already has the Phoenix in the hand, and also Eldest. So, more big guys are waiting.
Well, this seems bad. Curious gets snared. Orion. That seemed like a poor choice. Well, there wasn't many good ones. The Unjust had access to. You just have to get what you can. Think twice, hopefully, for Seer's Mask. Seer's Mask coming down. Like all of these 1-drops with attachments on them are crying because Almorath is in town. Oh, Eclipse is here. Gemini is here. I don't know if Gato matters. You just play Gato, get another card out of Curious, probably, right? Defrag. Oh, wait. So I don't know if Unjust can make it past this round, but
yeah, I was wondering that. The Werfs can finish.
Like that can burn face, right? Never mind.
Wow. That's a nice way to finish with as a trap.
The first time I see it's a trap, keep going after hitting the hero.
Well, Werfs versus Unjust game. 1-0 for Werfs. Looks like the Banjo control was a bit superior to the aggro version. Werfs had a very nice start, actually.
Yeah, Werfs just got a naughty start, like a turn 3? Well,
And they're starting again very quickly.
Turn 4. Okay, Banjo again. See if Werfs pull off the Turbo Ederwell again. Unjust hand is painful to me. Honestly, like it's one of those hands that make me wish I went second. Take Defrag here, definitely, given it's another well deck. Vicious from Mutici. Defrag does damage, right? It's no longer -X. It can be blocked by barrier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that. Curious. It's not gonna get much value. Orchid keeps, building up.
Great ball play.
Oh, I forgot. I thought Curious was stealth. mean, Orchid's just efficient here. You see Unjust, and then like half of it is breaked. Oh, here it comes. Whisk. For 1 mana gets a Nico. Whoa, that actually no. It Multichi costs 6, so you can defrag into Mulch. And he draws a card of Curious by doing this. He costs 6. Yep, you get the defrag Mulch there. Which is a bullet that Unjust just dodged, having to deal with Multichi running away with the game again. There's no sight of Seek or of Rosewater, so the threat of Eltherwell is not there yet.
Multichi was one of the key cards in Werfs' deck at the last game. Now he's losing that very early.
Mermask clearly means that Seek is in Werf's hand now. Could technically go for... Oh, there's a Whisk. You whisk that immediately. Yep. Are you ready? Are you ready to see? That's a shame. He could have actually used the Furry to draw a card. But still, are you ready to see Etherwell into an Elderwood?
Let's see.
It's like the Skier Whale, but even funnier. Curious, Turn 1 Curious actually paying off. Gift of Aya. That's healing. Rosewater, okay, so next turn we're gonna see some other whale. So Earth spells. Oh, it can draw World Tree with Ghost Duster. And I think that's what they're going for. It's just
that can be very big though. 4/5.
4 or 5 tree.
Well, still can be useful for an aggro deck.
Yeah, the fact of the matter is that he has, like, Unjust has Encapsulate and the chance that Werf hits an Elderwood out of the other whale, which is a pretty big break, but it doesn't. That's rough. Eldest and Libra.
Both are nice units to deal with this board now.
You absolutely have to clear Libra or you clear Eldest, or you risk having to deal with Hero Armor, right?
Yeah.
You can't risk that. Let's see if he gets like Shrink Ray would be great. Whoa! All right. Well, that's not gonna happen for a few turns.
Yeah. Not the best card to draw.
Attack? Oh, that would override the mask. I guess you do that. It was a bit of a missequence, but I don't think mask is gonna come down anyway, so might as well do it. Right? You might as well do it. I don't know. I would get in. I would really prefer the shield on the 4/5, so that he can take Libra down. But I guess that also defends it from Incinerate. Not from Whisk though. Cast this for Crossref. Libra can't attack, which is a pretty good break for Unjust. And run for barrier. Wait, ooh. That was unexpected, actually. You'd think that he used it on Libra.
Yeah, I was expecting that.
Tempest Brew. There's Orion. And Werfs is kind of like, you see only 2 cards are revealed. 3 of them to have a good board wipe against Orion, or otherwise bad things happen.
Yeah.
The only bad thing is that Ryan doesn't have Trinity anymore, and Trinity would have been really good against the other wild match.
Oh, of course.
A minecart. Godzilla. Moonbeam clears the 1/3. I think you attack the casters. You need to. You have shield, right, and hero armor. Well, Werfs definitely has to clear Potseller at least, because Potseller is Potseller. Let's see. For 1-drops, he still has a mulligan. That's all he has left in his deck. He already used Mulch. Ooh, your big force field. Can trade with the 4/4. Gato's pretty big. Werfs doesn't really have a hand. Incinerate, just the removal spells coming down. Seek for what's Seek? Seek for Prismata, I think. Oh no, Prismata. Oh, that's yeah. It took me a second. Management. Whereas you wouldn't do it.
He can.
He can, and I think he will. There it is. Do you ever get Prismata twice?
Wow, that's very rare to see.
Well, he has Gato. He can remove the manage memory.
Yeah,
and
at least
honestly,
he can do that. I guess he needs to.
He needs to remove that manage memory. Yep, that's not gonna happen. You're not allowed to do this.
Well, he needs to draw the
Here he
right cards.
comes. Cards. Sadly, he can no longer manage memory because he'll probably play some other spell, unless he top decked it like a madman. Defrag on the rabbit. Mulch. All the good stuff coming down. Doubling cube. Oh, his board is still not exactly menacing.
Yeah.
His Phoenix still is there. Okay, he can steal an Elderwood, which doesn't sound good. You go for a Mother Ethera into Roots and Bauble. Hope they stick for Orion. Admittedly, Werfs still he already spent Libra and he's still at 13. So Rose War, I believe it hasn't come down. So there's a chance if Unjust can just get enough units for a decent Orion. This will Hive. Hive is just gonna fold immediately to Libra.
I would actually zam the hero to remove that barrier. The spells can be useful.
Yeah, Unjust has some more saps. But yeah, it's a trap, and Chakram represent quite a chunk of burn. Cryoblast comes down. Doesn't do much, actually.
Yeah.
I Spy 5. Which is an odd thing. I Spy also revealed it's a trap and Ethera. Its trap is kind of an important card to keep in check. Orion's still there lurking though. And Gemini we haven't seen. Gemini is the real scary card. Which Werfs Prismata is about to run out. Mutate. Can he? So I think there's a line where you do chakram on the Libra. You play the Mander, you play Bile to sap the Libra, and you go for it to trap. I think that's a thing, but
I think it's better to get some tempo on board. I was thinking like maybe Ivy. Oh, it's already rooted, so.
See, everything is rooted, which is good for, but like it's turn. Well, you remove. Yeah, you have to remove it because you have a. It's a trap. It's a trap represents 3 damage. Also, interesting enough, like spending 3 for each is pretty expensive if in Werf's deck because he probably has a Phoenix he wants to play. But Phoenix saps for okay, that's big damage. Gets Charmlane, gets Cinder. Okay, the problem is that Unjust is gonna overdraw because of Bile if Bile dies. And that overdraw is gonna hurt a lot. Oh, BTO. Never mind. That feels like.
Wow.
I feel like it benefited Unjust, honestly. The problem is he can no longer remove. Well, he can remove Libra actually. He has to BTAC Chakram, then it's a trap, and he can clear Freud's board and put that cards down. Like you BTAC and Chakram Libra, then you play it's a trap. Sadly, he didn't play for Cinder. Cinder could have probably gotten off. I guess he's going for something safer, but like Libra, you can't really count on. The top 2 spells. Brian. That makes sense. That also makes sense.
Yeah, really makes sense.
Does Freud? I think Werfs has Seal of Doom, but like he Seals of Doom clears the board and it has nothing. So Phoenix would be good, I think, because there's a BTAC. Oh wow.
Wow.
Well, wait, that only hits the opponent, right? No, it hits.
It's all of the
It
units.
hits the opponent. And why did Libra? Oh, Libra was like withered because of the Ivy. Gets in. So that's an he wins. There's a Gemini. Exactly
Wow.
lethal.
Very nice throw.
Oh, that's probably lethal. No, it's not lethal.
It is.
Now it is. Yeah, Fireman, they're fair. That works.
He's choosing the longer route, but still it's lethal. And Unjust win this game.
See another 1-1.
It's 1-1. They're gonna stick to the banjos again.
It looks like it. I would. Banjo got the most important buff this recent patch with how he looks now. Because he used to look jolly. Now he actually looks smug.
Yeah, some of them got nerfed, some of them got buffed with the patch.
You keep high shield. Ivy high shield is a good curve. You probably go Ivy high shield Hive.
It's interesting that.
Gemini.
It's interesting that. Yeah. So it's the same thing. Like he's keeping such a high curve in his starting mulligan.
Yeah.
I guess the thing is that Gemini is really important to have. Because it can really delete cards like Mutichi. But I don't think they would.
Unjust is like expecting like a slower game.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing though. He didn't get punished because he curved into Hive Shield anyways. So it doesn't matter. It's just the game telling you no, that's not how you're supposed to play the game. And then enhancing the curve. Seek. Okay, other whale next turn. Coming right up. There's no buts about it. Will I played for that instead of Hive? Hive seemed reasonable. So either Ether Whale or a multi-chi turn because he has a fish multi-chi.
I guess he's trying to decide which one is more optimal. And
Multi-chi
it's multi-chi.
Whisk. And Sparky. Well, a multi-chi dies to defrag, but you go for defrag. Yep, 6 and 6.
Second time in a row. Dice to defrag.
Gets he gives him 1 health, but he keeps his units healthier. Get the wobble in. So Ether Whale's coming on the following turn. I guess he's keeping the potion up because it lets him Gemini in response to the Whale. It's actually pretty strong, but I don't know. The units that Ether Whale puts out are bigger than your Gemini. So you're probably just going to encapsulate one of them. Mildly good, it's a trap. 3 of the hero armor.
Yeah, it's a bit expensive way to remove that. But can worth it.
Definitely don't. You definitely don't spend the flask right now just to keep Gemini open. Stealth units has like Mother Ethera and Bogey, which is terrible. He's hinging on Mother Ethera most definitely. It gets Bogey. Oof. World 3. No Ether Whale yet. So this is actually a great turn for Gemini, right? Just Gemini up the 1-3.
It is.
Excellent. And unless Werfs has a Scorch to kill the 6-1, it really puts him on the back foot. He can just encapsulate one of the Ether Whale E's and then remove the other one manually. Well, no, Amorath costs the Earth Spike costs 2, so he can't get it off of Amorath.
Unjust has a nice board and a nightstand.
Oh, that's a card I hadn't seen in a while. Rave. Oh, that's
not enough.
Lethal so far. Now do you remove the 7-5? The activates it. There's a lot of burn in Unjust's hand. Gato represents 2 more. Okay, has to spend the Sphinx Mask. There will be no Prismata this game. I think Unjust might have lethal. Like, Chakram clears the thing. Werfs goes to 12, then Gato adds... No, he can put him at like 4 if I'm doing my math correctly, right? Play Gato, remove a card, play the other banner.
Actually, he could encapsulate and play the Chakram to the hero and go face. But that could be lethal, actually.
I actually don't...
Not quite, but pretty close.
Yeah, pretty close.
4, 5, 6... I think it would have left him at like 1. No, it actually might have killed him, yeah.
Yeah. So
anyways, that's not the play that Unjust made. We can just... the chat might have better insight on that. It was like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm pretty sure it was 9. You play Gato, play the Firemander because you don't have enough mana to play Gust, and he would have gone to 1, but I think this is safer. Libra comes down. No Gemini, no Orion. I mean, 4, 3, 1, 1 from the sap.
I think the safe play here is
Ghost Duster.
Encapsulate.
Yeah, there's no need to encapsulate Libra. It doesn't have guard. That's a huge Tempest Brew. He just gets the burn in his hand. Oh, Werfs concedes.
Ooh.
Understandable.
Yep.
That would have drawn him into Orion, and then the game is over from there.
Well, and just makes the score 2-1. And moves to the next stage. Congratulations to the Unjust. I guess we can give a 5-10 minutes of break actually, then continue with the remaining games, if that's fine to you. Guys?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Alright then. Let's give a 10 minutes of break. Then we will be back with the HanooStreet JustAddBacon game, which is the main event of the day.
Yeah, the quarterfinal finals.
Yeah. See you guys in 10 minutes. Hello guys, we're back. We are moving to the Geenareeno Urban.Nomad match now. It was supposed to be HanooStreet versus JustAddBacon, but Hanoo has something to deal with right now. So we're moving to the Geenareeno Urban.Nomad, then after that, JustAddBacon versus HanooStreet. So,
Game just leave the
game started. We're gonna see Mira versus Mira. It's very rare to see, actually.
I think these are it's two very different mirrors, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, Urban's running a metal mirror while Geenareeno's running a water mirror. So
with flat water.
Yeah, they're using that card. What's it called again? What?
What is
Flat
main?
water.
Oh,
Using flat waters, which is pretty big card.
Let me remind Geenareeno to make the game volume 0.
it's going to take a bit for both decks to get their engines running.
Well, yeah, Urban plays more mid-range. Geenareeno is really heavy on the control side of things.
His game volume is 0, but we're still getting the music of the game. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Don't know how it is on their end, but I think maybe the music, at least from our end, it seems a bit loud.
Yeah,
It is a
I
bit
hope
overbearing.
the stream is fine. I hope so. Or maybe that's a bug. We don't know.
Queen, Bone Halcyon. You go to Preacher next turn, right? Given that you can't really play Polar Bear or the Happy Flask still. Let's remind people that Urban.Nomad finishes group as the first. So he's a quite interesting player. Geenareeno becomes second in his group. Index unit is something that you don't see very often, but as I said, I think I said Urban has a very heavy emphasis on armor.
Preacher seems like a pretty enticing play to make, but it's kind of risky against Mirror since like Mirror has the strength has like some pretty efficient removal. The big units like more low end thunder.
Very early reinforce. Doesn't feel like it'll do much against Preacher though. In fact, Hammerhead can just put them out of commission for a few turns.
Unjust is saying it's music coming loud.
Just
I'll talk to
manage
Gina
to do
again.
everything. What is the strength deck? You want strength decks to be having units usually. Just slap a Wayne blade on any of those, and I'm saying that Urban has it, but it's just the kind of payoff of playing against strength. They can really leverage their board. But just fighting the whale until it dies, okay? Clean lead for Geenareeno so far. The bear is worth like 3 cards. Geode.
For this
Geode is
game
immune.
only, I'm reducing
Geode is immune to
volume a little.
the days, fortunately for Urban. I don't remember Urban's exact list, but I'm pretty sure Geode is basically their biggest unit, so Moral makes sense here.
It'll be a bit tough for Urban to get back here, especially since Geenareeno has like more blow for that Geode. Interesting that he opts not to clear the Geode.
Maybe he knows that since he has the board, it annoys Urban more than it annoys him.
Oh, he trades into it with his units, which is pretty interesting.
I don't know if I like that, just giving away the board to clear the Geode in this scenario, because I'm pretty sure Geode is just the biggest unit.
Yeah, same. I think would have hit face with that bear. There goes his glorious main, so a whole bunch of buffed armor dudes are coming up.
Yeah, and that Seek, given that it either gives him Gifts of Swords, which is, you know, Lone Army.
They're asking if I can move
Camera
it.
doesn't seem
I
bad.
tried, but music is still coming. I really don't know why.
Reach. Just play it out tempo the opponent because they can't swing back.
It looks like Geenareeno's aiming to gun down Urban while he's ahead.
The funniest part is that does have a bear. He can literally just play the bear and pass, and the scooters fill him right up. Savage Garland. Most likely is looking really clean right about now. Urban doesn't actually run force field for the Savage combo, actually relies only on Iris. Clearly he's just back against the wall at the moment. So the Bears can be choosers here.
The scooter's going to be pretty nuts if he doesn't play anything else.
Deals 10 damage if you keep holding W. True breath. Angler gets Sunder. Sunder clears the last unit.
He opts to trade the 5 He opts to clear the 5-3 instead of drawing for 2.
I'm looking at the list, and Urban has a clear, kind of, but not really. So
Yeah, I think his only big option is like
there's a mortal in hand. You can't do much about that one.
there's its threat, but it's going to be quite a pain to get that set up. Looks like he's going for the Electron clear. So he's just going to play a bunch of. Oh,
Electron. Oh, yes. I'm out.
that's the first match.
It's the first game.
Game 1. Geenareeno.
So I hope this sound issue will be fixed in the second game. Like, I really tried reducing the volume to 0, muting, but nothing worked. So, is Urban gonna change a deck, or is he going to stick with that?
No, I need to fix what isn't broken. It's the mirror again. No, first.
Very interesting. Music is coming again. As you can see, it's muted.
It's a very, very aggressive hand, honestly.
Geenareeno opting for the low curve.
Yeah, you can get CDA axolotl is pretty strong. Getting even one single point of attack in axolotl is pretty good.
That mutate seems pretty good. Oh,
Oh no. I don't think the reload will work. Let's see.
You don't think so?
yeah. I think the reload should be fine.
I hope so.
Yeah. It's a shame to showcase these pretty new disconnect effects on stream.
Yeah.
But hey, everything looks good. Mutate can come down, kill the high shield if he so desires, or just play for Angler. Just
I guess the question after that is he going to use his mana flask?
I would not.
Looks like he's like playing it slow, so probably not.
Yeah, Geenareeno definitely has the stronger late game with float orders. They just have to not get too complacent with the board because Urban.Nomad has things like reinforced and gifts of swords that can double down on a big board. Elderfall. Like honestly, when Geenareeno went turn 1 CTA instead of Scooter, I thought it was really weird, but giving him no targets has actually slowed Urban a bit. You play Scooter, draw a card, take your card here. Just play like the control deck. Reno's not the beatdown on this matchup. Only bad thing is that you can't really angler efficiently with Scooter. CTA into his own. No, that's not the CTA. Okay. Wait, Nessie Axolotl is a thing, right? That sounds really dumb later, but of course, right now this is a stronger play. Getting rid of the Scooter.
Geenareeno can definitely threaten with Nessie if Urban Urban continues to play more slowly.
Crystal Cash. Well, that's taking a turn off. Using the Pot of Greed.
Given Urban's deck kind of lacks a bit of hard removal, so he can really pressure it with the Nessie.
Nessie Axolotl just sounds gross in general.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the play here.
I'm not sure what can actually use the flask. Play Mander, he's not gonna go for Nessie apparently, he's just gonna conserve the flask. It's funny because it's metal versus water, which are basically both of Mira's main archetypes, I'd say. Intelligence has a lot of water and metal support. I guess the metal support mostly comes from strength, but Intelligence has access to things like drop anchor and bubbles that really pile up. That's an odd clone army. Get 1-drops in your deck.
Sorry guys, I was silent a little. I was talking with the Unjust to see if we can fix this music problem.
Probably a pretty good turn for him to just slam down the Nessie and then just clear both 2/2s.
Yeah, Nessie can make up for not having curve, right? Because that's what it does. It lets you sink mana.
I think the play is definitely to develop board.
Raw Nessie is trade board. Seems good indeed. Nessie has a pretty illegal stat line of 1/6 stealth for 3 and still has an attachment and an upside to it.
Agreed.
It's just so many stats. I guess the closest comparison is something like How Guys that also has a bunch of stats, but How Guys has a downside. And Fortune Teller, which is also kind of the same stat line, it has better keywords. But it's also kind of a wild card because the double mulligan is really hard to. You really have to commit to it. You have to know how to use it. Or swipe clears the salamander. Chop finish is messy, but Geenareeno probably feels very comfortable dumping their hand, given they have Oceantium in hand. I'm not sure what angler will pull.
Could
I'm not gonna look up the
Rune
deck, focus on
Vapors into Angler for the hand draw.
Angler picks Sunder up, which is raw vapor. Oh, the raw vapor so that he can put the Sunder in his hand with Angler. Oh, keeps Angler, interesting.
Please let me know, guys, if one of the commentators' voice is low now or high. Fix the music issue. Thanks to the Unjust.
Okay. Gaban can do some work here at least. Main. Okay, so the entire deck is buffed now, which includes 2 armored guards, which is the thing. I think
Yeah.
it's a lot of still holding strong.
It looks like Geenareeno might have to mortar blow that. Like, doesn't feel great, but
play for Angler gets Sunder and it clears it.
Oh yeah, that too.
I'm surprised they didn't play for Angler when they had exactly 2 mana last turn. Could have done that. But yep, Sunder clears it up. There will be no here grinding. Can't really clear Halcyon unless you spend Claw Swipe.
Looks like he's gonna do
Yes,
that.
it's kind of odd because Geenareeno has held onto that flask right now. It's like he's struggling in cards mostly. Not the flask will do much good, and it will in fact get overwritten by the bear. Well, replace itself with card. Oh, big Geode.
Luckily he has Mortal Blow.
That's a clean mortal. Mortal. I guess you flask out the bear since the bear will kill the flask anyways. Yeah, Geode kind of forces out the flask.
Wow.
There's the big armored guard we were talking about. Nomad really needs Gift of Swords though. He's gonna be digging himself out like that.
So he'll be able to get his glorious main with a light. Oh,
You raw, it's a trap just to get some space in your hand. It's a blow away, by the way. Not sure if it's
Another
good. There's
guard.
the second rail guard. Colonial army. can't actually encapsulate the 5/4 because it's sledded.
Yeah.
Big breacher.
Could still draw off it though.
Burning fair.
Nomad leads a lucky draw.
Up the Burning for Blaze. That Blaze might actually force out these trap, but I don't know if it could force out. It just seems like an intelligent play. The cross ref lets him empty his mana for return now. First, as you should. A Scourge was odd.
Yeah. I was expecting
Does he have
Breacher.
lethal? Am I missing it? Oh, play Ember Wolf, use it again, then I Spy.
Oh. That's
It's perfect
smart.
lethal.
Sick. Anyways. That takes some knowledge, figuring out that line.
Yeah, definitely. Well, congrats to Geenareeno. Wins 2-0 against Urban.Nomad and moves to the semifinals. And that brings us to our final game of the day, which is the main event of the day, JustAddBacon versus HanooStreet. They face with each other twice at the finals on Gameweek 2, Gameweek 3. Hanu managed to win both of them. And this game they just gonna play can be a decisive game about who's gonna win the league. So probably they're still watching the stream. Let's give them a few minutes to get ready. And while doing that, let me show you our new logo, which was designed by Sam Oilov. Special thanks to him. It's an amazing logo. And this is our event image, which was designed by KoiGG's. They are both doing amazing works. Also, this between the scenes image was designed by KoiGG's. Special thanks to him as well. Let me tag JustAddBacon and HanooStreet to see if they're ready. And while they're getting ready, we can talk about their decks.
Yep. So basically, since we've seen them so far so many times in finals, about what you can expect from Hanu and Fox and Bacon. Hanu actually surprisingly has two decks. They'd say that the two decks is all that they need. It's just an aggro banjo, and it looks slightly worse for wear since the patch, but still good. And an Axel deck that probably can heal for twice its max health. And I looked at it, and I was baffled of it because there's a mulligan package. There's things like Archibald and Guru and all these mulligan cards, and there doesn't seem to be a payoff. The deck just seems to draw itself, play Libra to stabilize, and then just use its massive health pool to go to fatigue, which isn't unlike Hanu. Meanwhile, Bacon has traditional two decks that you expect from Bacon. He has a pretty solid mid-range Fox, a pretty hefty control Auric, and also a peculiar city deck. It's not as loaded as, say, Shpungo. With shenanigans, it's more grounded on relying on the usual Puppet Master Warlock things. And it has Ancient Rise, which I will always vouch for.
Well, you made a nice analysis of their decks. Thanks for that.
Problem.
I'm checking if they're ready. They're getting ready. And as you guys know, at the Skyweaverleagues.com, the JustAddBacon is writing cool meta-analysis, meta-reports. Let me show you the latest one he did. You can go to our website, go to the meta-reports section, meta-analysis section, under the game guides, or on the homepage, and read them. And upcoming week, he's bringing another meta report. It's coming on next Tuesday. We're gonna share that on the Discord, so don't forget to check that out. So Bacon joined us. Looks like they're ready.
Like that there was, if I saw it in the corner of my eye, there was a Boran deck called Top Secret.
Amazing. Looks like they can't find the game. Interesting things are happening today. Like the music back, now they're writing the code and can't getting the game.
Like it's
They found the match.
It's Banjo time.
Banjo versus Fox. He's gonna answer the aggro with an aggro. Let's see what the outcome will be.
It's kind of hard to tell who's the beatdown in this matchup. I guess the beatdown is whoever went first. No Demon Pact is, well, you don't keep Demon Pact with Ghost 1-drops, but I don't think Banjo has clean answers to a Beast. Banjo has really efficient Wisdom removal for cheap things, not necessarily for a 6-drop, unless they run defrag. I don't remember if Hano runs the defrag. Hacks coming down with that spanking new barrier.
Yeah. Where are the hacks?
I think that Bacon might have a slight advantage with the turn 2 curve, like a second player curve.
Probably. Chakrams out the Fox.
Oh, that's a nice clear.
Run Wild. It's not gonna happen this turn apparently. CTA's Hontaro. That's unfortunate, honestly. Yeah, it was kind of a break turn for Bacon. Gambles for the Usaningas takes away the draw.
With this call to action buff, let's remember that as well. It's a really great buff. Not removing the spells now.
Okay, gets rid of Gato. Gets in Brimstone. He needs a fire card to enable Run Wild.
Brimstone can't be targeted
Otherwise,
now.
it's just a sad 1-mana banner if he doesn't do it. Trailblazer, Halcyon, and Hana, for the looks of it, are the choices. Yeah, Gato, you when you play Gato, you don't know how hard it hit the opponents.
Yeah.
You can, depending on how long they take on their turn. But that Gato really just wrecked Bacon's card flow.
I think Bacon might be a little cautious here, since if he just plays everything, then it gets wiped and he runs out of
Fireside
gas.
helps. I don't think Hano's Banjo has much in the way of board clear.
Well, he has things
I,
like it's a trap.
yeah, it's a trap and salvage are usually the big ones for Banjo. I don't remember if they have salvage. Good. Removing though.
It has
Trailblazer's
that
gonna get
Brimstone.
value. 3 years.
Yeah.
That Trailblazer connecting is really going to help Bacon here.
Well, Fire
You can
Rune's
get
gone
that
already.
flat down, turn early.
Play Hot Dog before hitting? Well, what's Hot Dog deal? Get Fire Sword? I don't know if he has spells deck. If he has no spells deck, he gets On the Hunt, I believe. On the Hunt wouldn't be horrible. Yep, gets an Ember Wolf On the Hunt and can play it and play On the Hunt. Just like, it's Champ first.
So the champ will be given on the hunt again.
Champ can attach On the Hunt to something, which could be useful just to clear an attachment, I guess.
I think the flashbang is a safer play. So dodge
Yeah,
that, it's a trap.
I wouldn't have played for Champ, honestly. Vlad seems really good at contesting the Hive because of the Enrage. There's also Waneblade now.
Yeah, Waneblade is probably the better option here for clearing the Hive.
I do believe you play Vlad and Enrage and hope it hits Hive. But you clear the 1/1 first with Hot Dog, pretty sure.
Yeah.
Or not. Oh, I guess he can't actually kill Hive.
He can go Backstab or Grim and Hot Dog.
I guess it's the same result, right? You backstab it or Grim Reprisal. Same result,
Yeah.
and it leaves your board a bit healthier.
And this kind of makes it a bit awkward for Hanu to It's a Trap it. Still pretty good here.
Bulldozer with its brand new and improved spell.
Looks like it's
Game
going
of
for
the
force
force
field.
field. Tactician into force field. Big tempo.
Definitely.
Okay, so he can. Bacon can just Grim Reprisal the shielded one, right?
Yeah.
Hell of Arrows. There's probably a board
top
clear here
for
thanks to
Bacon
Hell of
here.
Arrows. Also, as I said, you can use the champ to remove the chains on Hot Dog to get banner back, which could come up, but I don't think it will. Oh, it deals 2 damage now, right? It changed slots with what's the other card that dealt 1 damage?
Deep Slice.
2 damage.
Yep. Deep Slice.
Yeah, Deep Slice. Grim Reprisal, the shielded one. Oh yeah, Wayne blading the dog also makes sense. You get fire cards, what do you get? Oh. Sort of Bulldozer, just not a card that's allowed to live. Fire Sword, that's amazing. Here comes 6 health.
Yeah. Very nice draw.
Also swing there.
But 5 health Axolotl and a very scary Black that you can't banner for your life. Okay, Incinerate. Oh, that's very fortunate.
Nice.
Bile, okay. I'm pretty sure Bile helps Fog. It helps Bacon more than it helps Hanu at the moment. Okay. Lightning Bile's the thing. You play
Interesting
for
choice.
champ. Like,
I think Bacon would have wanted
difficult,
that.
right? You get Emberwolf. You get Emberwolf. I would have said that on the hunt was pretty safe on Axolotl, and that champ is a 3/3. Hanu doesn't have the health to just ignore a 3/3. So
Yeah, I was
I
expecting him
think
to use that.
I think it would have paid off to play for champ, even though he risks the on the hunt. Mekurai, more banner. Okay, so it gives him the on the hunt.
Or at least you can clear the Neferti now.
Yeah, I don't know if you kill Neferti or Pot Seller. Like, clearly Neferti is going to keep healing, but also Pot Seller is Pot Seller. Or you hit the face. To be fair, hit the face. If you're going to hit the face, you'd rather just kill Neferti. Okay, takes out the Pot Seller, keeps Mekurai in case he needs some more banner. Oh boy.
Wow.
Oh
Well,
no.
Sunder is a thing. You can clear the Gemini half of it at least. But
Bacon's 4 off.
There's a glitter
6
with
off.
6 power and 6 health.
Well, he has Shredder in hand. That can help.
Wait, Melgar, Deep Slice, and Hannah. None of them are very useful.
But the glitter has stealth.
Getting pretty close here.
There's your Chess's banner. Blitz, Halcyon. Like you kind of have to shredder the 6/6, right? Just trade into it.
Halcyon's pretty big for the stall.
Slice can hit the hero if I'm not mistaken.
Now, right?
Yeah, he has
That's
guard.
changed to target. It's really bold, but I guess he does have to kind of pretend that Hanu can't clear the Halcyon. Just play for Mekurai Halcyon, kill the 0/3 with. That's interesting. Doesn't bother to guard up, just get in there. No, actually, what? That's
interesting.
That's honestly kind of unexpected.
Well, I guess he's.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh.
Yeah, that's a game.
Like for 1 second, I thought, are we going to see the down of the Banjo aggro with the Fox? But Phobia said, no, you ain't gonna see that. First game is over. Hanu 1, Bacon 0. Let's see if they're gonna change the deck.
Nope, Fox it is. I'm interested in this because, again, I saw Hanu's Axel, and Hanu's Axel is just a pile of healing cards.
Yeah.
But commits to Banjo. I mean, he won the game, so just keep going for Banjo.
If Bacon won, probably Hanu will switch to the Axel. But now that he was the winner, it's gonna stick with the deck.
This seems like a very strong hand in some way because of Blitz. But also, like, Halcyon Axolotl just feels really crazy. Surprised he didn't take Blitz. It does feel like the kind of hand you keep Blitz in. Replace that.
Second time in a row against the hacks.
I think Axolotl is vulnerable to hacks. But yes, no flag guy. That's reasonable. Probably fishing for Waneblade, but now Halcyon is dead, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's the Waneblade. A treasure chest. Feels bad, but actually a pretty good draw. There's a Run Wild enabled.
Some fire synergies now.
Yeah, I can get basically a bunch of 2/3s into Axolotl, which is pretty sweet. And a Flask of 5. Oh, here it is. It dies to Sunder, sadly.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That's a pretty clear Sunder. So sadly, Bacon doesn't really have any clean plays. Like he could trade Axolotl for the B unit basically, but opts not to. Curious. Well, grab.
Yeah, I think things are turning a bit south for Bacon here.
Run Wild gets Hannah probably. There she is. So he can get one more banner, which is what he needs to clear Curious. Can put Pots in his deck though. He can put Wild Wilds in his deck, which isn't terrible. Draw a card. Card Sling. Card Sling seems good because Trailblazer is honestly quite dead at this point.
Yeah.
There was a card that was Curious.
I don't know about you guys, but I think I can already taste the salt that's just emanating from Bacon.
Not easy, right? You can Trailblazer for like Fire Rune stuff, that's bad. Blad deals 3 white wither damage. You can clear the Curious. There's Wayne Blade, which gives Fate. I'm not sure what he draws off of it. The unit Wither. Hellbearer is a good draw. Gato. A Grim Reprisal for the Gato felt a bit excessive.
Yeah, taking 3 damage.
BTAC on the... Okay. Demon Pact is reasonably big here. Well, I guess Bacon kind of has to basically play Vlad, hope it hits either Hacks or Face with the Enrage. Oh, he can do that, right? So I hope it hits Face for more healing. Well, that's not terrible either, but there's 2 damage in Hanum's hand. Mana Pot's a Gemini. Unfortunate.
Wow.
Yep. Gemini.
That was quick. And wins 2-0.
Oh, we got our semi-finalists now.
Well, our games are over for today. Bacon joined us. Welcome.
Oh, howdy. I was just listening in.
To us or to 2 minutes ago us?
Oh, to just now, y'all. I was curious what you had to say. I didn't want to wait 2 minutes.
To that.
So you would like to say anything about the latest game?
I've been raging a lot in chats lately, so I'm trying to de-stress and unwind. You already know my comments. We've had Banjo in meta for like the past 4 leagues. I'm
Right.
more just tired than anything.
I don't remember.
Filter, if you're watching, please take note.
Human must be contained.
What was that, SwapGo?
Human must be contained.
Yeah. He's an SCP. He has escaped containment. The man has an Eldritch monstrosity with the weakest units prism.
he's getting hard carried by Int. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't like to say that any player is getting hard carried or anything.
I'm not saying Hanu is. I'm saying that the Banjo aggro deck is.
Oh,
has
yeah.
the Int.
Yeah, look at cards like Bobble and Hide Shield and tell me that Int has the weakest units.
I don't
It's
think
like-
Int is supposed
like-
to have the weak. It clearly has very soft units.
Bro, those units are like all good on tempo. They are all incredibly difficult to remove. And you just randomly have things like Gato that just become value monsters.
Yeah, definitely.
The first game, I felt like I could have won had I not lost treasure chests.
Yeah, we were talking about that actually.
Yeah.
We were. Yeah, you don't know how much Gato hurts unless you're looking at the hand.
Yeah, that was a... Let's see, he killed my unit with the banner. He kept up banner for the rest of, like, a couple turns. So I lost one card, and then from that card I would have also taken 2 cards out of my deck. But I also had to draw that card again later on from Crystal Cage, so that was like a +4 play, I think.
And you stop and think about all the ways that Gato screws you over. You're gonna get a really, really big number. Come on.
Yeah. It's the
Have you ever
same
gotten a gift of
problem with...
Aya in turn 5?
Sorry, what was that?
Have you ever gotten your gift of Aya removed on turn 5? It happened to me against Good Dog in the week 2.
I'm
And
so
what-
sorry to hear that. See, I don't play Wisdom decks as a principle, so I don't have that problem. But I can sympathize with losing your combo pieces.
Well,
Well, guys, thanks for joining me today. We watched great games.
in the chat so to prove that we are unbiased gentlemen here.
Oh, hell no. Y'all are biased AF.
Sure thing, buddy.
If you're not pro-Fox, you're anti-Fox. That is my Twitch stream coming online finally. Yeah,
I am
look at cards like...
contractually anti-Fox.
Sorry, what?
I am
meant have it-
contractually anti-Fox.
Why? Not as like a practical statement, but as a moral statement. How can you be anti-Fox? That's just morally unjust.
Look, man, it's nothing personal. It's just what it says in the contract.
I am literally taking personal offense to this. You cannot stop me from being offended.
I will not stop you then.
Well,
Always a
guys,
pleasure.
it's time to end the stream. Thanks all of you for joining. See you tomorrow for the finals. Remember that it's 2 p.m. EST for tomorrow.
Mhm.
Right then. Bye bye, guys.